and go.
You're on? We're on?
We're on.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Beautiful day in beautiful river.
Excuse me.
Just want to say one quick thing. In the time it took you to walk from the camera over there to here,
Yeah.
another 16 immigrants came across our border and left yesterday's lunch on the
Yesterday's
ground.
news. Yeah.
So apparently where they come from, there's no toiletos.
But we're going to start out with some sports.
Yep.
Okay. First, the Sabres. Elliot Friedberg. Just kidding. Friedman. He says that it's really heating up about Jack Eichel. He's hearing Anaheim.
Right.
You and I talked about if it is Anaheim, we start with Trevor Zegras,
Right.
the third overall pick, and something else.
Right.
What are you thinking?
I'm still thinking it makes more sense to trade for both teams, either LA or New York Rangers.
Okay.
Yes, if it's Anaheim, for sure, it's got to be Trevor Zegras, the third overall, and whatever. But
Why do you think LA makes more sense?
because
Are they closer to winning?
That's what I think. I mean, if you look at Anaheim's roster, it's older,
Mm-hmm.
and you're bringing in Jack, who's a 24-year-old phenomenal player. I mean,
Yeah.
we'll start off quick by saying we want Sam and Jack here.
Right.
But apparently they've had enough, and okay, so be it. So if that is the case and they don't want in, we want to start winning. Then we have to go in a different direction.
Right.
To me, LA's closer with their veterans, and they also have Turcotte and Velarde, two highly drafted centers. So
I think you hit it right there too. Centers.
right.
You know, if we're going to get rid of one or two centers, boy, we better back it up.
Right, and I think Jack going there, I want Quentin Byfield.
Yeah, me too.
And it makes more. They're getting a proven guy. We're getting a guy that looks like he could be good.
Yeah.
But we know Jack is.
Yeah.
And I know they're saying no, but I don't know. I'm telling you, it makes more sense there or with New York, because New York's another team with a lot of young prospects right there playing.
And they're on the edge of winning.
And they're close, but again, it's got to be Lafreniere or, hang up the phone on him.
Well, exactly. And let's talk about this. Think back. When was a 24-year-old superstar
I
made
don't know.
available for a trade? I can't even think back. Most guys are. Even Wayne Gretzky, he was 31, 32. It's always
Right.
later.
This is a
Very
neck
unique.
injury that's very fixable.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just the only reason he wants out of here is he can't take the losing. And like we've talked about on other shows, these young guys in all sports, everything's turned into travel, everything.
Yeah.
But we'll talk hockey. He's never had to be on a losing team. He's always taken to another team. He went to Boston College. He would not have gone there if they were 0-90.
Right.
That's a really solid program. Now, they might not have been winning the year he went there.
Well, they did. They went to the Final
Right,
Four.
but I mean the year before. But the bottom line is they have a tradition of that and recruiting and everything. So
Mm-hmm.
these kids, they don't know how to do that. And the Sabres have stumbled and bumbled their way with these guys.
They really have bumbled.
And if that's the case, I just want to start winning. I see Montreal. I don't think they're much better than us. I know your TVs are probably shaking right now.
They're a little deeper, and they got a goaltender who's solid.
Right, but
that's about the difference.
I don't see unattainable to them.
I mean, Joel.
And look where they are.
I mean, come on, freaking guy we drafted who couldn't pick up a stick here, and now all of a sudden
We got to get a
he's got
goaltender.
5 goals in this playoff.
And
Armia.
the key to is, and you see Rod DeBod as of airtime, looks like he's staying in Carolina.
Yeah,
Hire Donnie Granato.
just get it done now.
And the one thing that's going to make the Sabres better is having a coach, the same coach. For my God, can we get through 3 seasons? But
Yeah, it would be nice.
But you go a 3-year deal with Donnie, and as long as he's coaching the way he did at the end of the year and doesn't become nuts.
Yep. Which could happen here because it's Buffalo.
It has, but it's time. It's time now, and people say, "Why does it take so long?" Well, it's very difficult in hockey to change your team around when you're going through GMs and coaches and.
Well, you make draft picks, for example, and then you get a new GM. The
Right.
GM coming in and goes,
He
"I
doesn't
didn't,
like
I didn't
that.
draft him,"
I don't
and
like
he's
that.
gone, and just ship him off.
And everything, these guaranteed contracts. When Bean and McDermott took over, they had their term accountability, durability, responsibility, and they made it stick. But they could dump a Darius
Yeah.
and a guy, and you don't have that. You're not paying him $900 million for the next 10 years.
Exactly.
There's an end to that. That's why when you watch these signings, guys, and you see $50 million contract, they're probably getting a bonus in some of the early years, not getting the rest of that money.
No.
And like Minnesota Wild's interested in Jack, right? They have 2 first-round picks. Oh, you say, well, listen, but they're 24th and 26th or something like that.
Yeah, you're not getting anybody.
Not in hockey. In football.
Football, you jump on it.
That might be a nice trade. But
Yeah.
so it's different. It's different. And the Sabres, I'm going to say it again, a little luck, please.
Yeah, can we get the right guy?
And
But
interesting point, real quick. We talked
yes,
about this
of course.
on interview day. Locker cleanouts. None of our young guys seem to bemoan Jack and Sam moving on.
Yeah, they said they gave it cursory stuff like, well, we obviously like to have him back.
Right.
But there was no real.
And that's, I think maybe one they kind of knew,
Yeah.
and maybe young guys are saying, look, I'm kind of done with the negativity too. Let's get going here.
Yeah, could be.
And,
Absolutely.
And again, Sam and Jack, I wish you were staying here. If you do go nuts, be great.
Go
and just
ahead.
could we?
But do it out west.
Well, fine, right? I say, other than our division, wherever we get the best take.
Yeah, that's true.
But
Except
preferably
Boston.
out west.
Except Boston.
They have nothing.
They have nothing I wanted. I don't want them. I'm not giving it to the Chata heads.
No. And,
By the way, last week I sasaid, please, Islanders beat them. They did. Bye-bye, Chata.
Right. So I want to see my team again, and see our arena shaking again. And cause we have the best hockey fans in the damn league. Sorry. And
They keep talking about the Islanders now.
they
Vegas
finally
with that horn wind up. Come on.
well, Vegas has had the
Must be
glorified
nice.
team.
4 years
Wait
of
till they
good.
lose.
Yeah,
They
well,
haven't lost. Wait.
Haven't lost. Wait.
Derelicts and flies.
They'll flies and derelicts and drunks that lost their life savings in the casino.
Yep. And
They'll be laying in
the
the
Islanders,
halls.
they were fighting for a new building. They went into that L-shaped shit
Yeah.
in Brooklyn, and now they win. And oh boy, we're going. So great though. They're having fun, and I want to start having fun with my team too.
Well, that's good. God bless you for fun.
Thank you.
We're going to shift to the Bills minicamp.
Yep.
A couple of interesting points about the minicamp. First off is all the readings say that the D is ahead of the O. That's not unusual. But we're bringing back almost the same D. Couple things you've heard here. That kid out of Pitt, that cornerback,
Dane Jackson.
Dane Jackson is lighting it up. Okay. Milano is a nutcase. Okay. Edmonds is going crazy in the middle. The safeties are looking great. The D is all over. The 2 kids we drafted, Basham and Rousseau, are just causing havoc. Now, it's in shorts and everything. I get that. I'm not ready to jump through a wall here. But a couple things that they're saying too is the kid Hodgins, who was hurt all last year on IR, 6th round pick, that kid of 2 years ago, that kid is, I guess, he's going up and getting the ball at the high point. They're liking what they're seeing. He's not a burner, but he's quick. And they got him right now kind of targeted for the slot.
Yep.
And I'll tell you, you just look at these guys. I guess Trubisky's stumbling a little bit with the playbook. So he's struggling here and there. But I think once he gets the playbook,
right,
that's a really good backup quarterback.
Yep.
I just think some good things coming out of camp. And one last thing is Sean actually gave him the day off today. It's Thursday. And cut it from 3 days to 2 days. They've got so much done.
And we don't know for sure. We've had some insiders, but might get a little flyby by Sean later with the Blue Angels.
Yeah, well, that was completed.
Oh, that happened already?
Yeah,
oh.
That was yesterday.
Okay, so
he took 4 Gs up in the air, and he said that was he got a lot of cotton mouth. He said.
Yeah, I bet.
Holy
so
4
I guess
Gs.
It won't be a flyover.
No flyover.
All right. Well.
No. Plus, it was down in Niagara Falls, so just calm down.
Isaiah Hodgins too is also a bigger guy.
Yes, he is.
And it's not big.
Yeah, he goes up at the high point to get those balls, and man, it's just getting kind of exciting. The other thing I heard is who was the kid that played in the last game last year? Anthony, the running back.
Oh, Williams?
Yeah, Anthony Williams, the running back who had a nice game against Miami last year. That kid is having a really good camp. Not sure about Breida and everything, but don't discount a kid who can fly like that and hit like that. I mean,
right.
I know everybody says throwaway game. No, Miami needed that game.
Oh yeah.
And we pummeled them, and they could not stop that kid.
Right. And there's nothing like a yin and a yang.
Oh, I like yin and yang.
So going back to Trubisky for just a second.
I like a lot of things.
If God forbid and there's plenty of time.
Yeah.
But with Dable, they could trim things down and do whatever. But
Yeah.
plenty of time for all of that.
Yeah,
No
full
worries
camp.
there, right?
Camp at out at Rich. I'm still going to call it that.
And it's Rich to me too. And
Rich
if
Stadium.
not that, Ralph.
And not that
Ralph Wilson Stadium.
So we got some time there. It's going to be camp there. Probably they're not going to get a lot in as far as fans going there. Maybe a night practice.
And listen, guys, we're going to have a show in a week or two with our historian, our show historian, Eddie Katowski, and we're going to do a little trivia and stuff and bring up some of the days at camp when we were all little.
Yep.
And we're going with our dads and stuff. And nothing was like going with my dad. I don't want to get into the show, but neither you. But Fredonia was the best. I'm sorry.
Yep.
And now it's back at the Ralph. I think it's, as COVID restrictions and stuff get rid of.
Well, it's
loosen up.
It's probably one of the best in the NFL as far as an entire area program, weight room, the whole bit.
Right. It's all right there.
2 grass fields, indoor. You got the turf itself on the stadium, and you got that amazing locker room / workout area. So really good. I want to bring up back to Eddie Katowski now. I know I'm getting some things like, it must have been a burner account. It was not good. I look back at something we did when I wore my Bob McAdoo jersey 2 years ago in 19, and we talked about the Braves. There was a comment out there. I said something about it was just a sad day. Somebody gave a comment to us. It was a sad day when we lost the Braves. And Kawhi Leonard, the NBA star, replied, yeah, it was. Now, the Capizis and, the naysayers are telling me it's a burner account. No way he would respond to our Mickey Mouse program.
Right.
Don't take our 15 minutes of fame away.
Right.
It was Kawhi Leonard, okay?
Yeah. Well, why would it be anybody else that? First off, there's not too many Kawhis around.
And it was 2 years ago.
Right.
So somebody watched it recently. I mean, I don't know. It could, probably Capizzi set up a burner account and Kawhi Leonard.
And if they did, whatever. But it was a sad day nonetheless. And,
yes, it was.
Anyways, we'll have that talk down the road. But,
anything else on the Bills you want to talk about?
No, I just sit back now and enjoy our summer and let it tick-tock slow.
Slowly, yeah, because it's going to go quick. We keep talking about the 100 days of summer here in Buffalo. It's about what you get. You get about half of May and 3 months. And we're already at June, 17th?
June 17th. Happy birthday, sis. Birthday today.
Aw, sissy poo.
One thing I want to touch on, non-sports, is my son got off the bus the other day, June 15th, Flag Day, with a, I'm not going to get into the school.
Excuse me, June 14th.
June 14th was the day before the 15th.
Was it?
Got off the bus with a pride flag. And
Pride flag?
what's hairs left on my head stood up. My back stood up. There's quite a few more hairs on my back than my head. But anyways, it really ticked me off.
Well, and let me see if I can speak for you here, right? You can have flags, you can have gay pride, you can have all that. What is a disabled child, a special needs child, 20 years old, at a school given a gay pride flag for, and not a United States flag for Flag Day?
Well, we sat him down that night. Said it'd be all right to, embrace his male friends at school. No, seriously, June 14th was in 1916 dedicated Flag Day to honor, showcase the American flag.
Right.
That's that day.
By the way, I'm like the only one on our street that had a freaking flag out.
Same here, and all those other flags wouldn't exist if it wasn't for Old Glory.
Absolutely.
And
by the way, what we talked about, Tom, right? Should we have shamrocks out that day too?
Well,
should I throw the Italian flag out? Oh, come on.
I'm going to call the school, and I'm going to say if that's the same policy next year, I want my son to get an Irish flag then.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
shamrocks.
absurd. I don't think that stuff belongs anywhere.
In schools.
In schools. Okay?
Sorry.
Anywhere. And by the way, the bus drivers dropped my son off yesterday, and they said, could we please have a word share?
I was hoping you told that story.
They both said, what did you think of that flag? And I said, Dad, we didn't get into it. She goes, we both thought it was horrific, and they shouldn't be doing that with school kids. And I said, well, I'm glad you guys said that, because I thought that too. And unfortunately, there's a lot of wackos out there, and they're pushing their stuff, and we all, black, white, pink, green, got to start standing up and saying, that's absurd.
You know, you can teach tolerance in schools. That's fine.
Right.
But gay pride flags, come on, man.
There's no place for it, and I have nothing against gay.
And I don't either.
Stop it.
But
You know?
just, like I said, what's next? What flag are we handing out next week? Is it BLM?
You
Is
read a
it?
story about the D-Day. I'm reading one currently now, the facts and figures. What these guys went through. That's just one situation.
Right.
What these guys went through. And we honored her flag for like 6 minutes. And we got a shit stick that doesn't even talk about D-Day. When we went over to Europe.
What a joke. Never talked about D-Day.
By the way, I was getting my nails done the other day. Guy came
Whoa.
Man, I'm just a petty. If you guys haven't tried it, try it. Yo, it.
Getting your nails done.
Yep, I got my nails done, and the guy sat down next to me, and he was proud as a peacock. He was going to get color on his nails, and the girl asked me, and I said, no, I'll just keep mine the way they are. And he said, you look like a big guy, you can defend yourself. I got nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with that at all. I just don't want to do that, you know? So he got a lime green on his nails.
Well, that's wow.
And I said, whoa.
That's
and
ballsy.
My wife said when we got in the car, she goes, you know what? I think a guy's pretty brave and pretty bold to do something like that. And I said, really? And it reminded me of something Confucius said.
What did he
Man
say?
who paint nail,
Yeah.
covering up, hung like snail. Really did.
Yeah, and plus, since our wives don't watch us anyway, we might as well say it. So he's bold and beautiful and
Yeah.
strong because he got his
Let me
nails
tell you,
painted.
the shit hits the fan. That
Yeah.
guy's going to be running for the quick
Oh, he'll put his
nail-
wife. He'll
nail
put his wife in
remover
front of him.
and get that Jimmy Come Do Me paint off those feet so quick.
Jimmy, come do
But
me.
it reminds me of another story
You just want to let me finish, right?
on Walking Tall. Remember Walking Tall with
Yeah.
Grasshopper and then the old guy?
Yeah.
And he says to him, Grandfather, is it better to have one hand in bush or one hand on bird? And he says, Grasshopper, better to have one hand on bush, otherwise end up with eyes like me. Always remember that.
You're a sick puppy.
Yeah.
Now that guy would probably throw his wife in front of harm's way.
Oh.
You and I would beat the living shit till
They
death.
cut off our car when my daughter was learning how to drive. The guy's MFing her, MFing my wife. I tell the guy what I think I could do with him.
Yeah.
And I endangered the life. All I had to do is paint my toes and stick them out the window.
That's bold and beautiful.
Oh.
We'd pound the living
Is
snot
there-
out of people, but
Isn't there a soap opera, The Bold and the Beautiful?
yes, my wife watches it.
I wouldn't be on it.
Yeah.
By the way, a new thing out in California, California dreaming. Riding in the Walmarts on bikes, filling garbage bags
Oh,
with
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, we can't
and
forget
going
it.
by the security guards who are told they can't do anything. I'm taking a nightstick with me and Spoke City. No, they're doing this, and the Walmarts are closing.
They're shutting down. So you got
Walgreens,
got
Walmarts.
these people on bikes. You can probably figure out who they are.
Right.
They're going in on bikes. They got big black plastic bags. They're stealing things. Now get
Google
this
it.
straight. Google it is right. It's not a joke. And then they turn around and they ride right past the 97-year-old security guard with mace.
And there's no police.
And there's no police. And then they're told don't do anything anyway. Just say, hey, stop. They go out. They go down about 5 blocks and they sell it. Stolen goods on a street
yeah.
corner.
And check out, what is it, Duckworth, Georgia? Buckworth?
Buckhead.
Buckhead, Georgia. Check it out, everybody. We won't waste your time with it. Google it. No law enforcement. The place was a beautiful place. It's Beirut now.
I got about a minute left. So I've gone to Buckworth on bank stuff. Stayed in the Ritz-Carlton. I could never afford. Right across the street is the Lenox Mall. It was one of the most incredible malls I ever saw. Everything top shelf. Everything's top shelf. Well, now they shot a guy jogging the other day. Just rolled down a window and
Just
shot
jogging.
him. They're looting the mall, so they basically have closed the mall down. This is in Buckhead, and probably you need a cool $1 million to buy a house in Buckhead. So what's happening is that wonderful city of Atlanta, Georgia, they're kind of migrating north and taking it to the streets.
Yep.
Come on, people, not taking it
But don't
to
trust
the
us.
streets.
Google it. By the way, he keeps bending over. You never straighten up. I think it's too late.
We're not straightening up.
These
It's
wacky
over.
people,
15
and
seconds
unfortunately,
now.
they're white. They're out of their minds.
Out of their
They got to
minds.
be stopped.
15 seconds.
Love y'all.